Welcome to OSBT Standard Procedure 39, People Transport Employee Education. People Transport. Purpose. The purpose of this program is to establish policies and procedures to help ensure that drivers operate vehicles safely, to reduce the potential for accidents which can result in injuries to employees or others, and property damage. Employees who drive personal vehicles on company business are generally expected to meet these requirements as well. Driver responsibilities. Operate of a vehicle in a manner consistent with reasonable practices that avoid abuse, theft, neglect, or disrespect of equipment. Obey all traffic laws. The use of seatbelts and shoulder harness is mandatory for drivers and passengers. Adhering to manufacturer's recommendations regarding service, maintenance, and inspection. Vehicles should not be operated with any defect that prevents safe operation. Attention to and practice of safe driving techniques and adherence to current safety requirements. Driver responsibilities continued. Restricting the use of vehicles to authorized drivers, spouse, or significant others. Reporting the occurrence of moving violations. Accurate comprehension and timely reports of all accidents by an authorized driver and theft of a company vehicle to the company by calling 888-333-3475 or a supervisor or a member of management. Drivers should be well trained and experienced. Rest well. Fatigue can affect driving and response times. Inspect the vehicle before every trip, especially the tires. Driver responsibilities continued. Vehicle weight should never exceed the gross vehicle weight rating. Ensure all passengers are buckled up and side mirrors are adjusted. Replace the old tires. Check the vehicle owner's manual for the correct size. Be aware of hazards, bad weather, difficult road conditions, poor light or glare, heavy traffic, road work, accidents. Safety is first. Avoid these driving hazards. Distracted driving. One text or call could wreck it all. Reckless driving. Fatigue. Failure to keep vehicle in good operating condition. Driving under the influence. Overload vehicle. Make sure cargo is properly secured. Be certain that your vision is not blocked. Passenger responsibilities. Full-size vans are those manufacturer designed for 10 or more occupants, including the driver. Always ensure vehicle headlights on to be seen by other traffic. Perform pre-trip inspections and notify appropriate person of any vehicle defects. Always clean snow, ice, and frost from all windows. Secure any loose items within the vehicle so that they do not cause injuries in a crash. This includes trash that can interfere with the pedals or operation of the vehicle. Know the evacuation policy. You must wear a seatbelt at all times. Adhere to the terms of the policy at all times. Should not use interior lighting when the van is in transit. Passengers should sit towards the front of the vehicle and be distributed evenly from side to side. Must wear seatbelt at all times. Ensure all doors are locked and passengers are secured in the appropriate seating positions and seatbelt. Driver selection. Only drivers authorized by the company may drive a company vehicle. Employees who do not usually drive the company vehicle may be authorized to do so by a fleet coordinator or his or her designee. Certain vehicles may be driven home after work, as designated by the fleet coordinator. If married, spouses may or may not drive the company vehicles when not needed for company use. Children of employees may not drive company vehicles. Safety rules. Drivers must abide by all local, state, and federal traffic laws. Devices sold to detect police speed checking devices are not allowed. Drivers may not operate a company vehicle if its ability is impaired in prescribed and non-prescribed medications, alcohol, illicit drugs, fatigue, illness, or injury. Employees who are taking any drug that recommends the employee not operate machinery or may cause drowsiness may not operate a vehicle for business use. Employees are encouraged to consult their supervisor on this issue. Drivers and passengers must properly use the seatbelt restraints if in all cases. In the case a company vehicle is equipped with either a company-owned or personally owned mobile telephones or radios, drivers should pull over to the road into a safe area. Employee drivers may not pick up hitchhikers or other unauthorized passengers or riders. Driver qualification. Drivers of company vehicles on public streets and highways must be over the age of 21. Drivers of company vehicles must possess a current and valid operator's license for the class of vehicle being operated. Drivers of a company vehicle must have at least 1 year of experience in operating the class of a vehicle to be operated. The driving records of drivers of company vehicles must be acceptable. Road tests will be given in the case of applicants who drive certain vehicles. Drivers may use designated vehicles for personal use after business hours, reimbursing the company for miles driven per a method adopted by the company. Company vehicles may not be used to tow trailers or push or pull other vehicles. Items may not be transported on top of vehicles. Drivers may not pick up hitchhikers or any other authorized passengers. Maintain a cushion of safety around the vehicle. Drive in the right-hand lane whenever possible. Stay well behind larger commercial vehicles so you can see around them for potential hazards. When following traffic, if you cannot see in other vehicle mirrors, you may be in a blind spot. Avoid doing so. You know the no zones. Don't get caught in wide right-hand turns. Vehicle use continued. Adjust mirrors so that you can barely see the edge of the van in the mirror. When changing lanes, always check for blind spots, first by leaning forward in your seat to change your slight angle and then by turning your head. Scan your mirrors every 3 to 5 seconds, and do not exceed 60 miles per hour at any time. Vehicle inspection and maintenance. Assigned drivers are expected to provide preventive maintenance that meets or exceeds the manufacturer's recommendation. Preventive maintenance and repair log shall be maintained. The assigned driver will inspect his vehicle using the designated checklist. The frequency of the inspection varies with the type of vehicle. Vehicle safety equipment. Designated vehicles will be equipped with 3 reflective triangles to be used in case of a breakdown on the road. Designated vehicles will be equipped with a fire extinguisher. Accident report and investigation. In case of an accident, the driver, if capable, should move the vehicle out of harm's way, if operable. If practical, arrange at once to warn other traffic. Aid anyone who is injured. And exchange information, name, address, telephone number, vehicle identification number, and driver's license number with anyone else involved in the accident. Accident reporting investigation continued. Obtain a name and telephone number of any witnesses. report the accident to authorities if it's required. The driver and his or her supervisor will investigate the accident to determine the cause and preemptive action used to the designated form. Journey Management Plan. Project managers and project coordinators are responsible for the JMP Journey Management Plan. A JMP is required but not limited to driving 4.5 hours or more in a single workday. Please note, in some cases, if the driving involved is less than 4.5 hours, JMP should still be considered banned on the risk assessment. Working and driving a combined 14 hours. When adverse weather dictates. When harsh driving conditions are anticipated due to road conditions or other known routing hazard. Journey Management Plan. The controls required for a successful journey management plan, aligning with those for a general road safety. The list below conveys the process hierarchy of controls and the other of preferences to determine whether a trip can be done in a way that better controls the risk and personnel who are required to operate a motor vehicle on a customer site by applying the following hierarchy of controls. Beginning with the first control, assess each in turn and select a control that is reasonably practicing for the task. First, eliminate the journey. Second, change a significant portion of the trip to a lower risk transportation mode. Third, apply the vehicle controls. And fourth, apply administrative and procedural controls that guide the driver and passenger behavior, including driver competence requirements in a journey management. Journey Management Plan. Employees who travel from oil and gas customer sites in accordance with the JMP are responsible for following the Journey Management Plan, taking periodic rest breaks as prescribed by the JMP, coordinate the periodic check-in protocol with oil and gas client, as required, call the designated number identified in the JMP routinely to check in to confirm the arrival window, operating motor vehicles in a safe, defensive manner in accordance with all traffic laws, ensuring all vehicle occupants wear seatbelts, maintaining a valid driver's license with the proper classification for the type and weight of the vehicle as required by applicable state law, completing training as required, reporting motor vehicle accidents and notifying immediate supervisor, reporting motor vehicle maintenance needs the appropriate party within the company. Do not use alcohol or drugs prior to the trip while driving. Journey Management Plan, First Aid Kit required. Vehicles must have a first aid kit and supplies for breakdown in adverse weather conditions. Examples: bottled water, booster cables, 2 or more blankets, a snow shovel, a scraper, a flashlight, extra batteries, extra clothing, cap, mitts, parka, and overshoes or boots, high-calorie, non-perishable food, strips of carpet for traction, extra windshields, washer fluid and antifreeze, flares or reflectors, cloth and paper towels, and a bright piece of cloth. This now will conclude people transport. If you could please follow the link and take your quiz.